56. Lucky 56.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
You got three down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Ajayi, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
That cat. It's good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Now back to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Single receiver.
Wait, 20. Wait, 20. Ready?
On 1st down, Brady. Finding some room at midfield. Man open, that's Jaleel Scott. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a DB, you're giving up a ton of height on that play to the receiver. So if they want to play a 50-50 ball, that's going to make it difficult. All you can do is rely on your technique. Try and time it. Try and figure out when the ball is going to arrive and meet it when it gets there.
And on that play, short man won.
Let's go. Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Play the time now.
58's the mic.
Orange. So.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 41 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
You got 4.
Let's go.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. This is caught. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Wait.
3 down.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hey, you got 3 down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
Yeah, baby. Boom. Watch tight end.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, You're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they try the right side here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Brady now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Brady. Throw left side complete to Scott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Detroit! Detroit!
Hey, you got 3.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants! Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here's a give to Barkley, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Brady into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Attack here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Shotgun now for Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Snags it for the point. And he returns it on just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
He'll return it from the 6. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
He's going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
20.
A handoff to Barkley. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, baby.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on
On second down, here's Brady. He dumps it off to Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Brady. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Here's Brady. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Jaleel Scott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Brady now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. In for the score. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now come the Seahawks. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
Here we go now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time. That'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. It's a foot race. The 20.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now back to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And some room to work. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes you'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw, it's Brady. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Even. 4 down. Even.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Go 50.
4 down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right to Barkley on the check down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throwing now is Brady. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
From the gun on third down, Brady. That's complete right around the 8. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Start fast, fellas. Start fast.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Wait, 20.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So second and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley.
Tight. 4 down. Alert.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal.
Wait, 20. Wait, 20.
Brady to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
White 20. Green 80.
Fellas, we got 3.
Now Brady again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Detroit! Detroit!
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Out. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Barney.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
Hey, 4 down.
Blue 20. White 20. Green 10.
So after the INT, it's Brady. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
Single. Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
White 10.
Now Brady. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Strong right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Back to throw here. Completes it to Ajay. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. And now out come the Giants.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 4 down. 4 down.
Blue 20.
Brady now on 1st down. Open man right side is Ingram. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
On play action, now Brady. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
4 down.
29. Alpha.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He'll field this at the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Alert. 3 down.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. 4 down.
Hey, Alabama.
58.
Brady And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. In for the score. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They'll look to throw here. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go deep down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Watch 80. Watch 80. He likes to get those jump balls. Ricky.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
3 down.
Here we go! Hey, watch Sam. Check go!
Brady now on 1st down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 73 yards. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
New York is lined up for the kickoff.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jamal Agnew. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check. 4 down.
Wait.
Now they'll throw with Brady. And he will find Scott on the right side complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long. They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown. Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away. Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side. Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To throw, it's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way. And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? For a lot of coaches, be honest. Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here. Yeah, use that as ammo going forward. Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. and never.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll set up a throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And some space here.